Truman needs to know what's next.
2,
What's next?
1.
Oppenheimer is a biography drama history movie. The cast consists of Cillian Murphy, Emily Blunt, Matt Damon, and Robert Downey Jr. and many more. There's a wide variety of cast members on this one. It's also directed by Christopher Nolan. He's done movies like Batman Begins and Inception. During World War II, Lieutenant General Leslie Groves Jr. appointed physicist J. Robert Oppenheimer to work on the top secret Manhattan Project. Oppenheimer and a team of scientists spend years developing and designing the atomic bomb. Their work comes to fruition on July 16, 1945, as they witness the world's first nuclear explosion, forever changing the course of history. Now, what attracted me to this movie was the actual first nuclear bomb. You know, I live here in the States, so looking back at it, you know, I kind of had an idea of where it came from, but I didn't know everything that was involved or all the details that were involved in the making of it. And this just brought to light basically all the people that were involved in it. So for me, the movie's more than just him gathering the scientists and putting them together in a place to make the nuclear bomb. It goes further than that because it also goes into the story after what happened of the making of the bomb and the things that he had to go through. First being one of the most popular scientists in the world, and then basically run through the buzzsaw of what is politics, and then being shunned by basically the government. Now, for me, I thought Cillian Murphy did an excellent job playing Oppenheimer. I thought he was great. I thought that was like the perfect person to play him. I've seen documentaries of Oppenheimer before getting ready to watch this movie, and I thought they did an excellent job choosing him as a person to do this role. The other thing is that everyone had like key roles. Like Matt Damon has his part, and he was awesome in his parts. Emily Blunt, what she played, I thought she was great in her role too. I just felt out of like Emily Blunt and Matt Damon, and then other characters that I think were important in here, their roles were diminished in the movie. Now, I found the movie fascinating because basically they stuck to just dealing with what Oppenheimer is dealing with. The only thing is that they cut a lot of scenes that I think could have built his character a little bit more for other things that I think weren't needed in the movie. I felt that they went through, instead of going through a timeline of what his life was, they did cut scenes and back and forth, and I don't know. I don't think it added value to the movie doing that. There was things that happened that they went through, and then you try to wonder why it happened. Obviously, they pay it off at the end, but I just feel like it's not necessary. This is a life story, a true life story. It's not like Christopher Nolan has done in other movies like Inception. You need to, the hand is here, and then but something else is going on over here, but they want you to look at this hand. That's how I felt about the movie. Now, believe it or not, as far as special effects goes, there wasn't that much. I thought special effects, everything I think was really grounded. The biggest part was the explosion or the nuclear bomb, and however they recreated it, I thought was pretty good. I didn't see any flaws or anything. I mean, they probably just miniaturized an explosion and made it look nuclear, but I don't see where there was a lot of CGI or anything like that, special effects used. I mean, I'm not a professional cinematographer to know those ins and outs, but it looked It looked really real. Now, like I said before, one of the best things in the movie was the acting. I thought, like I told you, Cillian Murphy did an awesome job. Matt Damon in the parts that he played was great. Everyone had their own role, and I think everyone did a good job. Now, a couple of the gripes that I had about the movie. First, the movie, for me, honestly, I think 3-hour runtime is too long for this movie. I feel that they could have cut some things out in the movie where and it would have been fine. Maybe make the movie 2 hours and a half. The beginning of the movie was really slow to build up, and I get it. They were bringing in his background, where he's from, and all this other stuff. But there was parts in the beginning and at the end of the movie where I'm just like, you could have cut all this stuff out. You didn't need to put it in. Then another thing was that in the second half of the movie, Robert Downey Jr. is in the movie, and I understand that Robert Downey Jr. was in his life, but at the end it felt like they were mostly concentrating on Robert Downey Jr.'s character, and I guess the beef that they had between each other, between him and Oppenheimer. And yes, I could see it as part of the film, but they made it a big deal in the film, which I think, like, hey, if it's about Oppenheimer, make it about Oppenheimer. But then you're putting in this guy, which is Edward Strauss, and you're making the movie about him now too. So I don't know, that felt a little bit like weird. Then the other thing is, yeah, they build the bomb, they test it, and then they don't actually show the bomb landing. And I know that's kind of weird, wanting to see something like that. They didn't have to show what happened in Japan or recreate what happened in Japan, but like actual footage of what happened, maybe that would have worked out. I don't know. It's just like you take this long to build this bomb, and then you do the first detonation, and then you don't show it going off in the actual movie. I don't know, was kind of off for me. Now, would I recommend to go watch this movie? Absolutely. I think the movie was a great movie. It has its flaws like any other movie. I'm not going to say it's the best movie or the movie of the year, because I don't think it is. But I think it's a good movie, and I think it's a movie that's worth watching in the theaters. Now, get ready, because you're going to see a lot of stuff where, obviously, you can't trust the government in a whole bunch of these things and what they've done. But yeah, I think it's a great story about Oppenheimer. It's a great story about his life and all these minds that came together to build this into the world, and from there, what has gone on to be built. Well, guys, let me know what you guys think. If you guys went to go see the movie, let me know what you guys thought about the movie. Maybe you liked it, maybe you didn't like it. Maybe it was a great runtime, maybe it was too long. I don't know. I went and saw it in IMAX theaters. I thought it was great. Don't forget to comment. Don't forget to subscribe. And thanks for watching, and God bless.